Chuck, we rolling? Hello! It's March 27th, 2014. This is Weekly Woodworking Wrap-Up Review number 12. How you doing today? I am David Pachuto, the Drunken Woodworker, and we're gonna go over some cool shit today. You know, this workbench sees more beer than glue. Alright. By the way, I have t-shirts for sale. I will not be selling this one, as it's covered in beer, and I started to cut it up and use it for my finishing. While we're talking about t-shirts, why don't I just start selling you shit right off the bat? I have t-shirts for sale on my website that says Drunken Woodworker. That is a picture of a beer mug with beer in it. The t-shirts are made by American Apparel, the best quality you can get here. They're screen printed locally by a company called Juke Mode. They're pretty cheap, unless you live outside the United States, then shipping is expensive. Sorry about that. What am I drinking? Today, this is from the Great Divide Brewing Company. This is Orabel. This is a Belgian style ale. That is a tasty beer. Let's talk about what's going on over here. I am working on a brand new website. Hopefully that redesign will be coming out in about a month, but it's got a brand new store. It's got some more social features that's going to allow you folks to upload your projects to my site. This will allow you to explain your techniques on how you built the stuff and share any tips that you may have. I'm going to sell a lot more stuff, some merchandise, some woodworking related hand tools, some project kits, bandsaw box blanks, more plans coming. Lots of cool stuff with the new redesign coming. I'm a web developer by day, so I expect my website to be the best website out there. That's just how I am. You see that? That looks good. Some of you have been asking about Chuck, my camera operator. I got a couple emails saying that you were worried about Chuck since I got this second cam over here. You were worried that Chuck wasn't zooming in properly on the stuff I was trying to show you, and you were just very concerned that I got rid of Chuck. I did not get rid of Chuck. Chuck is here right now. Hey, Chuck. He's on the switchboard, switching between the two cameras. I think he's doing a good job. Chuck, you're doing a good job. Everybody, here's to Chuck. Let's go over one of the complaints I got. I got a couple complaints, some YouTube comments and some emails saying, I love your show, but I can't watch it because your cuts are too jerky. Here's what we're going to do about that. Apologize for the jerky cuts. They're going to keep coming. This is a fast-paced world, and this is a fast-paced show, and that's how we're going to do it here, okay? There's going to be a lot of cussing, there's going to be a lot of cuts, and there's going to be a lot of drinking, and some woodworking. Those are the four elements of the weekly woodworking wrap-up review. So, enough of that crap. This guy that I admire on the Twitters, Cronk, he challenged himself by asking his Twitter followers to send him a joint that he should cut by hand. So I said, Neil, I want you to hand cut the locking miter joint as a joke. Because if you're not familiar with this joint, it's a router bit joint. I've never used it. I don't have the proper bit to do this joint. And from what I understand, even if you do have the tools, it's a hard joint to cut because nothing ever seems to line up correctly. So Neil made this locking miter joint cut with all hand tools. This is pretty amazing stuff. Now, he did whine and cry and complain about it the entire time he was doing it, but he did accomplish it. And as far as I know, he's the only one to ever hand cut a locking miter joint. So, check that out. Neil's Twitter handle is down below. You should follow him. He's a fantastic woodworker. Let's check out this week's Little Tipsy. Today, I'm going to show you how to fill gaps in mitered corners. You might come across this while making picture frames, or if you have a mitered corner edge on a table leg. And as you can see here, I have a very large gap here. This is quite exaggerated for the video purposes here. Hopefully your joints look a little bit better than this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the gap with some glue. Use my finger to rub it in there. And then I'm going to use my burnisher here. You can also use just a regular old screwdriver, and we're going to roll the wood on top of itself. So I'll just, with a little bit of pressure, just keep rolling it here. And this is a pretty big gap, so it takes a little bit more effort than most. Stand away here and look at my progress. Also, some of that sanding dust will collect with that glue and fill that gap as well. That should just about do it. Now your gaps probably won't be this big, so you won't have to work nearly this hard to make it go away. But as you can see, our gap is nearly gone. And so that's how you would fix a bad corner on a miter joint. Thank you for watching. Let's dive into the good stuff. This one is called Square in a Square End Grain Cutting Board. This is by MTM Wood. This is a real beautiful cutting board. He's got a great design in here. He doesn't talk at all in the video, but he just shows you step by step on how he makes it and how he creates the pattern. Check that out. That's good stuff. Good stuff. This next one, Making a Chinese Checkerboard with a CNC Router by Woodworkers Journal. I personally don't have a CNC router. It is on my want list. It'll probably be down the road. I don't have the room to get one of these yet, but this is really cool. It's kind of cool to see how it's done. If you do have a CNC router, Woodworkers Journal provides the files that you need to download and plop into your CNC router, your fancy USB computer CNC router. Alright, next video. Make wooden balls with a router by Izzy Swan of Think Woodworks. Izzy is the mother effing king of jigs. This dude is insane with his jigs. You want to learn how to make a jig? Follow his channel. It's crazy. This one he's making balls. I'm not going to make any ball jokes. You make your own ball jokes. Okay? Balls. 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 It's a crazy technique. Once you see it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. That's how you do it. After watching this video, I learned that he had a previous video on how to make wooden balls on his table saw. So that dude is the king of jigs. Check out Izzy Swan of Think Woodworks. I Am Woodshop. This is by Mike Rowe. If you're not familiar with Mike Rowe, he is or was, I'm not sure if, I don't have cable. I don't know if the show's still on, but he was the host of Dirty Jobs. So apparently the school cut their industrial arts program, and these kids protested. And because they protested, the schools suspended them and banned them from the prom. And so Mike Rowe's response to that was this nice little video. It's a really sad thing. I'm sure it's happening all over the world where schools just don't have money anymore. And so one of the first things they have to cut is woodshop class, shop metal class, industrial arts, art classes in general, and that's really sad. We need these classes where we're actually building things with our hands, and that translates into problem solving and other knowledge down the road. Even if you don't become an artist or a woodworker or a shopsmith or a metal worker. And this is Mike's response. It's a great video and it has a good message. So check that out. Good stuff, Mike Rowe. John Heisz. Hand cut dovetails with a hacksaw. Some of us get caught up in purchasing tools and having nice tools. I like having nice tools. This is my hobby and I want to enjoy it as much as I can. And sometimes that means having a nice, well-crafted tool. So I've been guilty of spending some money on an expensive hand tool that I could have gotten away with from something much cheaper from somewhere else. It's my choice. I'll do what I want. I really like what John Heisz is doing here. He makes a perfectly cut dovetail joint with a hacksaw. Where's my dovetail saw? Where's my dovetail saw? Oh my God, I can't find my dovetail saw. Don't worry, I found it. I spent a good deal of money on this Lee Nielsen dovetail saw. Check that out. That's good stuff. It looked like it came out perfect. Shelterwood Note Pad by Field Notes. If you're not familiar with Field Notes, they make these great little paper notebooks, like some high-end, American-made, good quality notebooks. They've come out with a new limited edition line of these notepads with a veneer cover. It's made out of cherry. And the great thing about this video is it shows step by step the process of how it's made, and it's a well done video. There's no voiceover, it's just music, and you visually see how these veneers are made and inserted into these notebooks. I bought a few of these. They should be arriving shortly, and I'm going to give a couple away. Don't know what the contest will be yet. I bought 3 of them. I'll probably keep one for myself because they're badass, and I'll probably give 2 away. So if they come within the next 7 days, I will have the giveaway on the next show. So check that out. That wraps it up for good stuff. Good stuff. Do you like that? Some good videos this week. This next one is a Denver Pale Ale from the Great Divide. Yeah, you like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's got a good color to it. Alex writes, how do you sign your work? Do you brand it, sign it, or do nothing? Alex from Paducah. Well, Alex from Paducah, I sign it and stamp it. I got these little rubber stamps. If you can see that. And so what I do is I have a stamp pad, and so get it full of ink, and then I stamp the back of the work somewhere where it's not visible. And then after that, I sign it with a Sharpie and date it. That's how I sign my work. I saw that Tom Iovino does a cool thing where he takes a penny from the current year and glues it onto the piece, which is also a very cool way to sign your work. Thank you, Alex from Paducah, Kentucky. Send me more questions to david@drunkenwoodworker.com. Once again, I do have t-shirts for sale. Here's one. You like that? I just have black right now. When I launch my new site in a few weeks, I'm hoping to have a couple other t-shirts, not drunken woodworker related, but maybe woodworking related. Not going to do the funny saying thing. Some other people have already got a good hold on that. I might do some just general woodworking t-shirts so you can representing. So you can rep. If you guys are seeing videos that belong on this show, send them to me and let me know. They could be YouTube videos or Vimeo. I don't care where they come from. Or even just cool articles. If there's something that you think belongs on this show, send it to me. Even if it's your video, if I think it belongs on the show, I'll put it on the show. So send all that stuff to david@drunkenwoodworker.com. Post it on my Facebook or send me a Twitter. Rhett of Nice Ash Plains sent me... look at this. He sent me this beautiful, beautiful plane. Oh my goodness. Rhett has a company called Nice Ash Plains. I think he might be thinking about changing the name from Nice Ash Plains to just Nice Plains. He sent me this plane, and he's selling these blades. This is a tapered blade. He's just trying to get this company off the ground, and obviously he's very passionate about what he's doing, and his craftsmanship is phenomenal. So I really encourage you to check out his blog and his website. The links would be down below. I want to get Rhett on the show. What you're doing is phenomenal, and I would like to get the word out of the stuff that you do. So check out Nice Planes. I've been getting into wooden hand planes lately. This is a block plane that I started this week. I haven't shaped it yet. It actually is a hawk blade that I bought. So I took a class with Scott Meek. He takes you and a couple other students step by step on how to make a wooden smoothing plane. And it was fantastic. It's a Google Hangout, so you're talking and interacting with Scott, even though you may be hundreds of miles away. It's such a cool class. It was so fun. And so I really encourage you to check out Scott's website, sign up for one of his classes. It's good. This is the smoothing plane that I made. I don't like the shape of it, so I haven't completely finished it. It's functional right now. I tried to be a little creative with my shape, and I don't like it. But luckily, I made it way too big for a smoothing plane, so I have lots of room to shape this to what I want. I'm having a really good time making this show. I am drinking beer, and I'm talking to my woodworking friends. All the wonderful feedback I got, I really appreciate. So, I just want to say thank you for making this so fun. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but I got a new project that's coming out next week. It's a step-by-step woodworking project that I got coming out next week. I don't want to give it away what I'm doing, but I think you're going to like it. That about wraps it up for this week in woodworking. I am David Picciuto, the Drunken Woodworker. Stay passionate and make something. Have a good week.
To keep up with me, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram, and Etsy. And be sure to check out my website at drunkenwoodworker.com.